the options in after that.
That's my partner.
Hey, Wally.
I like that shirt too. What's going on here? Hold on here! What are you doing?
I almost got him, Fred. I was this close.
You gotta quit chasing after them married men.
I didn't know he was married.
Oh yeah, you did.
Let's just say I wasn't looking at the wedding ring. Hi! I'm just so proud to be here. If you didn't want me to talk, you could have just told me. That wasn't in the script, I promise. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. I got to catch my breath. Chasing after feathers is hard work. Fred, ain't it such a pleasure to be here tonight in front of this fine crowd?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Oh, give yourselves a hand. Y'all such a fine crowd. It's such a pleasure, friend. Fred, but as old as you are, it just ought to be a pleasure to be anyway. Fred, I've been coming down here to the cowboy church on Sundays. It's a real nice church, real nice. And Fred told me, he said, Minnie, he said, I want you to pick out all the hymns next Sunday for church. And I said, me? He said, yeah, you. He said, you've been so faithful coming and all. And I said, all right. So next Sunday came, and he said, Minnie, he said, all right. He said, what hymns are we going to do? You pick them out? And I said, well, give me just a second. I turned around and I said, I'll take him, and him. Don't my friend Slim just looks so nice tonight? He just looks so nice and friendly. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell him. I'm not going to tell him. He come to me the other night. He said, Minnie, he said, you got to lay off them love jokes now. He said, I know you can't tell it by looking at me, but love has kicked me square in the face, and I just don't want to hear no love jokes. And I looked at him and I said, Slim, brother, I love you. There's more love that got you in the face. Y'all, but he looks so clean cut and smooth and shaved. And y'all give him a hand. He just looks so nice tonight. He told me, he said, Minnie, he said, this was a big deal for Mr. Kasy. He said, I went and got me a haircut today. He said, I wanted me the fanciest haircut I could find. So I went down to the Sears in Roebuck, and I sat down in that big fancy chair, and I said, give me the best haircut you got. I don't care what it cost. So he got his haircut. He stood up out of that chair, and he said, that's a nice haircut. He said, what day are you? Sir said, it's going to be $1. He said, $1? He said, I'm going to come to you tomorrow. He said, I ain't through yet. I ain't through. Wait just a minute. He said, it's going to be $9 additional for a finder's fee. But he just looks so nice and clean shaven tonight. Pretty. He does. He does. He just looks so nice tonight. Well, it ain't my fault that you're bald. Anyways, the other day we were sitting back here to practice, and Slim was fiddling with a piece of paper. He was just fiddling with it. And I said, Slim, I said, what have you got? We got to practice now. We got songs to go over. He said, I'm looking at my marriage certificate. And I said, why? He said, I'm trying to find the expiration date. So, Fred's all about doing good things for people. He's just so nice and thoughtful. And he said, let's go down to the local nursing home and see everybody. And I said, all right. So me and Colin and Wally, we all went down there. Colin got to looking at this lady in the chair. He said, I know who she is. That's Miss Ledbetter. Don't you remember Miss Ledbetter, Minnie? And I said, yeah, go talk to her. He walked over there to her chair and he said, well, hey, Miss Ledbetter. You remember me? And she sat up in the chair and she said, no, I don't, but if you go to the nurse's station, they'll tell you who you are. We got to get in there, and they wanted to hear us sing. We told told him we was from Cross Creek and everything. And I come down from Grinder Switch about once a month and do a little show down here, see everybody. And they said, we got some guitars in the van, y'all go get them and we'll sing a little bit for him. While he got out his harp. While he got through, he walked up to this woman and he said, I sure hope you get to feeling better, ma'am. And she said, I sure hope you get to sounding better. It ain't my fault. You know, I was coming in here tonight. I was walking in here. There was this fella come up behind me. And he gave me a funny look. And I said, I watched him a while. And finally I walked up to him and I said, fella, I said, you give me a funny look. He said, you got a funny look, but I didn't give it to you. I said, I have you know, I've been told I have the face of a 16-year-old girl. He said, well, you better give it back to her. You're getting it so beat up, she won't have it back. But my Hezzy, my darling, darling, love Hezzy, not you, Hezzy. He tells me all the time, he said, Minnie, there ain't nothing better than a pretty girl, and you're better than nothing.